Mm. Good morning, everyone. Today I am going to uh, present you about the poem Father and Son, which was written by Cat Steven. Cat Steven is a singer and a songwriter who appeared in Russia during the revolution time. So he mainly focused on the conflicts which prevails in that Russian society and during the revolution time. He mainly took the main theme as the generation gap between father and son, which seem to be the main conflict in today's society, as father represents the old generations and son doesn't, and he used to be like um, new generation, but the father of the son usually mocks at their sons to not to be like new ones. They won't follow their orders and like to be like them, so then they will be happy in the society and in their life. So the main idea of this poem also referred to as this as the father thinks that his son wants not to um, think out of his life, or he should think his son as a family member. So he should lead a good family and like him. So the father is also a traditionalist. So he wants his son also be a traditionalist as a family holder or family leader in the future. So uh, this creates the main conflict in this poem, as son doesn't like this order of the sun. So is at the end, it the son decided to go away from his father, uh, as this he want to escape from the reality. At the first stanza, it seemed to be father conversation to his son, as he's saying, "It's not time to make a change. Just relax. Take it easy. You are still young. That's your fault. There's so much you have to know. Find a girl, settle down. If you want, you can marry. Look at me. I am old, but I am happy." He Here he seemed to be at mocking at his son to be like different from him, and he um, did his son to be like him. And look at me, I am old, but I am happy. So he uses his own experience to relate his son's life to his, as he wants his son to be like him, as he thinks it is the only way to be happy in the life. So he also tells that it's not time to make a change. Just relax, take it easy. It also indicates that the father thinks that his son is not mature enough to handle all these new things, as he's young people. So he thinks that young people doesn't have enough mature to handle all of the stuffs. So the elders always control their young people. It is also can be seen as the main theme of this poem, as a generation gap, and also the children versus adults as a theme here. He also, on the next stanza, he also tells about his own experience, and when he was like his son's age, what did he do and how did he manage to uh, break all his imaginations and creativity and be like a family member or a unuseful character to the society. Only for his family he was useful. So I was only once like you are now, and I know that it's not easy to be calm when you find something going on. Here it indicates that the young people behavior, because if they find something weird or something mysterious, they won't be calm, or it indicates their imaginative and creativity as a young people. So the father also experienced the same feeling as when he saw something strange in his life as a young people, when he was young people. But then he tells that it is not a true dreams of your life. They won't may not be still with you tomorrow. As he says, for you will still be here tomorrow, but your dreams may not. But here also the in the reality, we should know that the father should encourage the sons for their dreams, as they are their parents. But here, the father seemed to be like discouraging him, as he doesn't want his son's dream to be fulfilled in the future. So, the father's irregular manner seemed to be like the main conflict in this poem, as he doesn't care about his dreams of the son, and he used to be like a traditionalist which goes under the society. And he also tells the son to take your time and think a lot, and by think of everything you are God. In literally, we can say that the father is fold in this poem, as he doesn't care about the dreams of the son. But in a figurative way, we can say that the father is also an experienced guy who is older than the son. So he may know the uh, status of the society, and he could experience many faults or problems due to this imagination or creativity, so that he might be telling this all stuffs to his sons to be aware, or he might think the son uh, also not face these problems as he did. So we can say directly as father is main negative person in this poem, but when we deeply analyze, father is also seem to be a good person who cares about the son. And then the father's conversation towards son ended, and son's in a monologue, or he seemed to be telling this all stuff to someone, as he used the pronoun to refer his father as he. So the son, we can take it as a monologue, as he express his whole feeling in this poem, in these short lines. How can I try to explain? Cause when I do, he turns away again. He tells that when he tries to explain what his dreams are, he doesn't care about that and turns away again. This figuratively indicates that the father is not educated or underprivileged people to understand his dreams, because father might not uh, understand his dreams, as son may tell his father about the um, modern stuffs and technology. So uh, his dreams can't be understood by the father, as son explained his he turns away again. So this also referred to as the conflict which arose at the middle of this poem, as fathers and sons interrelationship are broken, and there is a language barrier between them, as they, even though son tries to communicate or explain about his dreams, the father turns away. And it it's always been the same old story. He's saying that the father is also always saying about his um biographical as a young age, and how to lead a healthy life or happy life as a family member. It is the same old story. We know that if a person says the same story or a same idea, it will be very bored, and we couldn't concentrate in one thing, because if we hear a same story, it will be very bored and we got angry at the moment. From the moment I could talk, I was ordered to listen. Now there's a way. I know that I have to go. I know I have to go. Here at the ending, the son ultimately decided to leave from the house, as the father doesn't care about his dreams, so that in order to make his dreams fulfill, he made a decision to go away from the house. And then it seemed to be fathers again talking about the same thing. It's not time to make a change. Just sit down slowly. You are still young. At the starting, the sons told that it was the same old story. To emphasize this fact, the poet Cat Stephen also uh, repeat the same uttered line at the starting of the poem, and the in the ending of the poem also, as a father to son conversation. He also telling the same things at the ending also, at the starting also. So the readers also cannot can understand the son's feeling, as father is always mocking at the sons and always nagging about his faults and imaginative dreams, which things the father thinks which can't be fulfilled in the future. Then at the ending of this poem, it seemed to be the son's real emotions towards his father, and he always complains to the readers about his father. As we know, he also has um, barriers from his father to fulfill his dreams. So at the ending of the poem, also son complains about his father in a very exaggerative manner. All the times I have tried keeping all these things I know inside. It's hard, but it's harder to ignore it. Uh, at the starting, the father thinks that told that to be calm, you have found something going on. Here, the son states that it is hard to ignore all the things that are keeping in my mind, because he could not manage all the stuffs which are going in his mind as a teenager or a young people. All the times that I tried keeping all the things I know inside, the father also seem maybe like him as harder to ignore all the stuffs, but he managed to be like a family member which uh, inside a round circle or less imaginative person. So, but the son is seem to be very hard to ignore all his stuffs, because um, he's a young generation or a new generation. We can't say that son is a fault here or father is a fault. They both are neutral, as father tells Kaya about son, and son complains about his father's careless or the underprivileged characteristics. If they are right, I had agreed, but is them. They know, not me. The addiction them refers to as the society around him, and they know about everything, no, everything this traditionalism, but not me. He tells the readers that he is not a traditionalist. He is born to be a modern people in this city or in without being in the village or underprivileged area. Now there's a way, and I know I have to go. Now I have to go. At the ending, the reader can witness as the usually a poem ends in a solution of the conflict, but here the son decision seem to be very irony that he has decided to go away from his father to ignore his to fulfill his dreams mm, as a young people. So the Cat Stevens mocks as the parents and the children's. They the Cat Stevens tells the parents to be kind to his children and make his concern about their dreams, not to be a cowardly father or a cowardly mother in the future. So the themes of this poem seem to be generation gaps, nature versus materialism, uh, adults versus child, as seem to be the main themes of this poem. Thank you for hearing.
Present about the poem Father and Son by Cat Stevens. Cat Stevens is uh, his original name is Yusuf Islam, and he is a British singer and songwriter. And his song Father and Son is presented about a son who desires to join in the military over the restrictions of his father. But even though this songs ends up in a failure. Even though this in this song the father has restricted the son to the normal regular life, this poem is illustrated as this poem is considered as a general text which illustrates the social conflict in Cat Stevens' era. And let's see the poem. In the first stanza, we can see that he's advising the son to be to relax and take it easy, everything, and he's emphasizing that he is still young. And in those lines, the father is seems to be speaking to the son after a long argument, and uh, he seems to be giving him his own life advices. And uh, and he asks him to just relax without any uh, revolutions and without any tensions. And he tries to put his son in the married life when an adult falls in love or marries a woman. uh, he forgets every other aspects in the world, and he only thinks about his family and his child and his normal regular life. And his father tries to put his son uh, in that manner. And uh, we we should not follow the meaning of this as of this stands as the meaning of fault and weakness. And the father is only emphasizing that he is young. Young means that he is not young. He is not matured enough to face the consequences of uh, the problems in the world. And uh, he he thinks that his son is not ready to leave the family and start a new life. And the new life can be anything, military or other things, but Cat Stevens is focusing about a son who desires to join in military, and uh, and here the father tries to restrict the tries to shrink the bonds of creativity and desires of the son. And let's look more in the next stanza. In the next stanza, uh, uh, he also the son starts to speak, and uh, he tells that the father has always been same, and he is also always repeating the same thing again and again. And the reason for father repeating the same utterances is to put the son into his uh, uh, life, his circle life in a small circle. And this is not uh, um,